Can you guys believe how freaking scary some of these horror movies are? You show this shit to Joe Biden and we're gonna need a new president.
What's wrong, Joe? Did you have that dream with the floating lady again?
It just felt so real this time, Donnie.
She isn't real, Joe. She can't hurt you.
Donnie?
She's right behind me, isn't she?
In this wonderful year of 2023, there is 3 big directors, all 3 of which have 3 movies. There's Jordan Peele, whose movies are heavily influenced by his race, but instead of making a young black kid feel good about the world and comfy in their own skin, he makes him think a bunch of rich white guys are gonna take his body and leave him in the sunken place. Then there's Robert Eggers. This guy's movies are like, if you take Tim Burton, but if he didn't want to make money making his movies, and instead want to scar some kid who just learned what a lighthouse or a Viking is. And lastly, Ari Aster, who makes movies that make you feel better than others when you watch them. Like, pathetic little twerp, you only like slashers? Try watching a real movie. With cults. All 3 of these guys have 3 movies, so do a quick bit of math. So of course I'm going to rank all 9 of these with no prejudice. With a lot of prejudice. You know how some game reviews, like on the Arkham trilogy and the new Spider-Man games, are always like, this game really makes you feel like Spider-Man or Batman or Green Goblin, of course. Well, this movie really makes you feel like a Viking. I'm glad Willem Dafoe has a director that will ride his meat and put him in all his movies.
Lots of details and lots of challenges, and I feel always very engaged when I'm with him.
My favorite part is a fight at the end, where there's a bunch of fog and they're butt-ass naked, with the fog covering their balls and cock. It's cool, but to be honest, my good friend John watched this movie with someone else, even after I told him I wanted to see it. So unfortunately, go gadget prejudice! The witch! Get it? Remember how I yelled witch earlier? It's that's what we like to call the callback, baby. This movie is an eerie simulation of what would happen if you left your kid unattended for any amount of time near a forest. This is the first Robert Eggers movie and the only one without Willem Dafoe in it. Gabby must have seen this shit and got hooked though, because he's in the next 2. And I know what you're thinking. The bottom 2 movies are both Robert Eggers movies? You must not like Buddy's shit that much. But I really do. I promise. This guy makes some of my favorite horror movies, but the other 2 make some of my favorite movies. Side note, I prefer the Blair Witch Project.
It's all my fault.
Florence Pugh isn't giving me a lap dance in this scene.
Holy shit, CinemaSins!
I said you dirty dog.
I would have put this movie slightly higher, like above 6, but I just love gaslighting and lying to women.
No, he's got a point.
Making me more empathetic to the bad boyfriend character, Mr. Bear. I also find it really ironic that the movie is called Midsummer, but Chidi gets killed by an AC unit, something you die without during those hot summer months. Us? Who's we, Mr. Peele? Impressive that this guy never had a movie in the bottom 3. Pretty cool, Jordan Peele. And this movie has deep symbolisms too, like with everyone having a counterpart being a reference to Jordan Peele's fear of being in Fortnite one day, and all the people wearing red referring to blood, and blood is bad, and this is a horror movie, so. Weirdly a little forgettable for a Jordan Peele horror movie, but it is what it is. The last Robert Eggers movie on the list, making Robert Eggers tonight's biggest loser. Impractical Jokers reference. This is maybe Robert's most popular movie, and I mean, duh.
Obviously.
It's got the vampire guy from Batman, and of course don't forget the other character,
Fortnite.
played by Willem Dafoe, the Joker. Too bad these goons forgot color though, so no top 4 for you. We're over halfway through the list now. It's time to go serious mode now. No jokes. All these reviews are saying that this is both Ari Aster's best movie and also his worst movie. But ask anyone with a brain, and they'll know that that can't be true. Can't have both. That's stupid. I watched this movie in theaters with 2 of my friends, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. It is an absurd movie, and I can't believe A24 let Ari Aster make it. Unfortunately, they'll never let him make it again. 3 hours? Ugh! It's a long time, and some shots drag harder than RuPaul.
A drag queen!
And maybe Anxiety Aster just wanted a 3-hour movie under his belt. But does that drag it down? A little. It isn't for you, no. But if you like movies where you're confused, then this is a must watch. Get Out? I'm fine here. I'm more surprised this movie is in 3 than you. But it managed to edge out its competition. Barely. And I mean barely. This shit was close. Closer than that time I really almost fucking did it this time. Daniel Kaluuya is the Jordan Peele, what Willem Dafoe is that other director from before. Speaking of Daniel Kaluuya, he was recently in Across the Spider-Verse. Love that movie. Back to Get Out, where was I? In this movie it's a woman doing the gaslighting. Oh, that's not something I can tolerate.
Look out! Here comes the
Prejudice. This movie is so freaking cool. Jordan Peele's second movie in the top 3. Wowee, funny man. I saw this movie in theaters with my friend, and we were the damn near only ones in there. It was also the first horror movie I ever saw in a theater, and that made me fall in love, of course. It's a simple story, about aliens. It's done really well, and there's some actual, scary moments that stuck with me.
Jamie, can you pull up that awesome fucking clip from Nope with the alien feasting on some theme park goers? Holy shit, yeah, look at that Joe. Bet you ain't sleepy now.
I think I just shit my presidential ass.
And I'm a technical guy when it comes to movies too, and this has some pretty impressive VFX. Did you know that Jordan Peele invented clouds for this movie? Oh my god. No, I hate that poster. I'll put this as plain as a white man's chicken. This movie is good. Watch it. I don't want to spoil it. Don't make me spoil it. Now that everyone here has seen the movie, it's pretty good, right? Great family drama. Eat your heart out, The Sopranos.
Woke up this morning, got some gabagool. And then I woke up the next day and got some Scooby-Doo.
Great, sad scenes. And great horror scenes. I don't fucking like that shit, even slightly. Hey look, it's a scene that made Joe Biden wake up from the nightmare in the beginning. Remember? Callback. That's what we call it, call. Remember? This movie has stuck with me for over 5 years, and let me be frank. I don't see any of these directors topping this movie.